dense clusters of capitula, dense clusters of flower heads coming out right out the axils where the leaf meets the main vegetative shoot. The red pigment might seem a little off from what you normally see in plants. It's because those betalain pigments. You got an interesting species of passiflora. I saw this here 4 years ago. This is Passiflora oaxacensis. You can see it's got a little bit of a dentate margin up at the top, where the top leaf meets the stem, and then it's got 3 lobes. It's a very rare species of passion flower. So this is Caranthodendron pentadactylon, which turns massive and gets big red flowers that are pollinated by birds. Rosaceous, rose family Rosaceae for sure. Let's take a closer look and see what's going on here. This thing's pretty conspicuous. Look at those leaves. One of the most incredible trees in the world, in my opinion. It's too bad you can't really grow it in many places in the United States, save for the coastal areas of California, Oregon, and maybe Washington, but I don't think it's very frost tolerant. Anyway, member Malvaceae hybridizes readily with the California plant Vermontodendron and produces a really cool looking hybrid, a sterile hybrid. Here you can see it's just covered in lichens because everything's cool and wet. Again, you got that coastal California climate up here. Another species of oak right here. Narrow leaves, undulating margins, and then right here we have an orchid of some kind. You can see that nice velamen, that corky root with the pseudobulbs. I can't get over how long that velamen root is. Look, just absorbing water vapor out of the atmosphere, and there's a lot of it. Down here we got a Cuphea ecopetala, Lythraceae, the loose strife, and pomegranate family. Look at those 2 odd petals up top. Here's a pretty widespread plant from the mint family, Lamiaceae. You get this growing up in the mountains of southern Arizona and the Big Bend region of Texas, on down into Nicaragua. This is Stachys coccinea from the mint family, Lamiaceae. Those zygomorphic corollas, beautiful bilaterally symmetrical corollas, probably Hummer pollinated here, probably bee pollinated too to an extent. Look at that, Lythraceae. You can tell it's a Cuphea because you see those 2 little paddle lobes at the top of that corolla. See all the stamens just pouring out. Not least of all, this monster Lithospermum. This monster member of Boraginaceae, Homelinaceae. But there's some really interesting members down here in the mountains of Oaxaca. You can see all the fuzz on this. It's like a species of Tritoscanthia. Asteraceae is the family, of course. Cosmos is the genus here, member of the Coreopsis tribe. This is Cosmos diversifolius. Look at those leaves, look almost tomato-like. Another beautiful wild geranium, a native geranium, even though there are so many weedy ones in North America. Look at those purple anthers. Protandrous, I assume, like many of them. So male first, then that little red twisted column in the center opens up. Look at all the hairs at the base of those clawed petals. We're just blooming right on the side of the road. Close relative of agave. Someone was actually trying to lump this in the same genus as agave. So the part of the labellum, which is a petal, and then the 2 other petals. You got 3 petals, 3 sepals, the 2 other petals are kind of holding up that little green hood. I'm pretty sure this is Hibiscus longiphyllus Malvaceae. Blood red flowers when it blooms, but just look at how hairy this thing is. Something's been nibbling on it too. Some caterpillar. Look at that. There's the epicalyx right there. Remember, hibiscus have an epicalyx. Up here we got a species of sumac in the genus Rus of Anacardiaceae, the poison oak family. Look at those tiny white flowers. Big boon for the pollinators when they're going off. Look at that. Yeah, gotta get some money shots of this. So many cool sumacs in Mexico. Bitnarioid subfamily of Malvaceae, the cotton family. Look at those flowers. Get up in there and you can see, and maybe not, you're not gonna be able to see this thing. I'll have to dissect the flower. Look at all the trichomes, stellate trichomes. Interesting leaf on it too. I wonder if it's hummingbird pollinated because of that red. Or if that's what it evolved with primarily. Hermania, of course, is a genus that's mostly in South Africa. Very species rich in South Africa. Only got 4 or 5 species on this side of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, you know what? That's all I got. Why don't you go pick yourself? Bye.